Hello everybody, my name is Ilya.
And my name is Tyler. Together we make up Kovray, a couple that loves to play board games.
And today we'll be teaching you Operation Barclay.
Operation Barclay. This game is designed by Maurice Suckling and it's published by Salt and Pepper Games.
Are you ready to command all the intelligence in World War II? Let's find out. Let's head on over to the table to learn how to play. As always, you'll begin by setting up. One player will choose the British LCS side and the other will play as the German Abwehr. You'll place a game board between yourself and begin with the LCS player taking 25 intelligence tokens and placing them strategically down on the empty spaces on the board, 5 in each sector, unseen by the Abwehr player. The LCS player will choose one sector to be the location of their primary offense, one to be their secondary offense, and other 3 as diversions. In the primary offense, there will be 4 tokens with a green radar and 1 with a red radar. In the secondary, there will be 3 and 2. And in the other 3 sectors, there'll be 2 and 3. Once these tokens are placed face down, the Abwehr player can return and now look at the board. You'll now shuffle all the separate decks, the Intelligence Channels deck, Abwehr cards, and the LCS cards. The 6 evidence tokens and 6 counter markers will be set aside next to the main board. Each player will then receive 4 Intelligence Channels cards face down and take 2 Intelligence Assessment tokens. You're now ready to play. Operation Barclay takes place over 6 rounds, months. The Abwehr player will attempt to discover the 2 sectors of the planned primary and secondary offenses, while the LCS player will do everything they can to keep those sectors hidden. Each round contains 5 steps. The preparation phase, in which the evidence tokens are drawn, the first 3 cards phase, where each player will play 3 cards each, the intelligence assessment phase, in which you'll predict who'll have a better hand, the final 2 cards phase, where players will place 2 cards face down, and finally the evidence results, where the cards are flipped and compared and the players receive tokens from the preparation phase to either uncover information or keep it concealed. Let's go over them in detail. Preparation. 6 evidence tokens will be placed into the bag and drawn one by one. The first 2 will be placed in the alpha box, the next 3 in the beta box, and the last in the reconnaissance and raids box. Any cards in the last rounds are placed in each player's personal discard piles. These can be inspected at any point. The second step is the first 3 cards. Starting with the Abwehr player and taking turns, players will play a single card face up in their tableau. All effects, if applicable, must be played. You can also only play cards with this symbol in this step. For example, when playing a spy, you must draw 2 cards from the top of the Intelligence Channels deck. Look at them both, put one in your hand, and put the other face down on top of the double cross deck, some of the time forming the double cross deck. After playing each card, a player draws a new card into their hand, either from the top of the Intelligence Channels deck, the top of the double cross deck if it's formed, or the top of their own deck. After each player has played 3 cards, the step ends. The next step is the Intelligence Assessment phase. Here, starting with the Abwehr player, you'll in turn play one of your 2 Intelligence Assessment tokens face down onto the appropriate space of the board. These register as a bet you're making on which player will have the better hand by the end of the month. Additionally, there's a card in the deck here that allows the LCS player to see the Abwehr player's bet before making their own. Next phase is the final 2 cards. You'll take turns starting with the Abwehr player, playing a card face down until both of you have played both your cards. You'll only be able to play cards with this symbol, and as a reminder, you'll always draw up to 4 either from the double cross Intelligence Channels or your own deck. Lastly, the evidence results. You'll first reveal your 2 face down cards and activate any effects along with those cards. You'll now be able to tell who has a better hand. You can refer to the rulebook for the best hand ranking. The hands are really similar to poker, although they're not identical. The player who has the better hand receives the 2 evidence tokens in the alpha box. If there is a tie, each player receives 1 token, with the Abwehr player choosing first. Next, the 2 intelligence assessment tokens are turned face up. These were the predictions. If one player is correct in their predictions while the other is not, they'll receive 3 tokens from the beta box. If both players guess correctly, the Abwehr player chooses 1, while the LCS player receives the remaining 2. If both players are wrong, the Abwehr player does not receive any tokens. Finally, in the reconnaissance and raids box, the player with the most reconnaissance and raids gets the remaining token. Keep an eye out on the cancellation tokens, as they will cancel out the corresponding tokens on the opponent's tableau. In case of a tie, the Abwehr player receives a token. Now, what do tokens mean? Whichever tokens the Abwehr player acquires, they'll be able to churn any token face up in the corresponding sector. The black token allows the player to choose any sector they wish. Any tokens the LCS player acquires simply limits the information the Abwehr player obtains each round. After these 5 steps are taken, you'll check for the game end. There's 2 ways for the Abwehr player to win. If they revealed tokens and now know which sector is their primary offensive and the secondary offensive by seeing the 4 and 3 face-up green spots, they win. Or the second way to win is through logic. If at the end of the turn they can deduce which is the primary and secondary offensive by elimination and by knowing which is which irrefutably, they will also win. If they do not win the game, you'll proceed to the next month or round. If by the end of the 6 months, the Abwehr player does not claim a victory, the LCS player wins. And that's Operation Barclay.
Will you outwit your opponent?
I always do.
I don't think so.
Well, thank you so much for watching our video. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section down below. If you want to learn more about this game, go in the description down below. Everything's down below. Why is nothing ever above?
Well, we could try. I guess not. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. Our question of the day is...
What historical event would you like to see a board game done of?
Oh. I don't actually know. The invention of the computer.
Ooh, that'd be an interesting one.
I don't know if that's really historical, but...
Something about the internet?
Internet, maybe?
Ooh, maybe it's a dial-up phone game where you try to go on the internet and make sure no one
is that
trusts.
A historical event?
With a dial-up phone?
I guess inventions of.
Potentially.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed our content,
hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button if you're new here, because we make weekly board game content, including how to plays.
Exactly. Thank you.
We'll see you in the next one. Bye!